Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Monday, July 15th. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. It is 6:20 right now. Market's gonna open in about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. Just got a few things here to update. And we should be good to go. All right, looks good. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. It's good. So let me get this link sent out to you guys. All right, perfect. So I will give it a few moments for people to make their way in. And as people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here on our main chart for the day. Looks like we're in all-time high territory. Down to the 10-minute. Onto the 1 minute. All right, looks like we are looks like we are good to go. So, all right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, July 15th, 6:24 right now. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. Market's gonna open up shortly. I've marked up liquidity over here. Closest level of liquidity below. There's a bunch. There's actually a cluster of lower liquidity down here. It's at about 40,505. There's just a bunch of them right down here in this area. And then we have liquidity above at 40,539. Liquidity below and above are pretty close, so looks like this is getting hit pre-market, kind of as expected because it's so close. I'll leave it up here for now, and then I'll clean it up as we get closer to market open at 6:30. Let's see what's here so far. Morning, Maria. Morning, CJ. Morning, Nick. Nick said trader rates down, just so everyone knows, can't execute trades. Sam says his looks fine, but I guess we'll see what happens. CJ said when you attempt to take a trade, it will say order rejected on evals and PA accounts. So it looks like there's issues with Tradeovate right now, guys. I'm not sure if anybody else is having. Okay, so Kim said she had the same issue. Lisa said she hasn't been able to trade at all today. Morning, Sadie. Yeah, Sadie, same thing too. So it looks like there are issues with Tradeovate. I'm not sure if it's Tradeovate widespread or if it's just for Apex. I don't know what the situation is. Um, yeah, I mean, the Apex Discord is still not back up. Yeah, Sadie said that they're doing some maintenance on the weekend. Okay, yeah. So it looks like a lot of you guys here are still trading on Top Step. I'll probably still trade on my personal account. I don't know if I'll be able to trade on yeah, on my Apex accounts today. It seems like they're still not up and running yet. Due to the maintenance, the website's up, so that's weird. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see, guys. I'm not really gonna risk anything here, of course. Yeah, I guess as the market opens up, you guys can try to test it out, or people can try to test it out and see if it works. But it seems like everybody's kind of having issues right now with right here. Yeah, max and trade of 8 trading is halted. Yeah, I mean, if anything, I'll just trade on my personal account. I don't think I'll be trading on my Apex accounts today, unfortunately. But yeah, if anybody tests it out and if it works, let us know. I mean, if anything, I'd probably just test it out on a single account. So if that's the case, I'm going to turn off my copier for now. I guess I'll just trade on my personal account by itself. Let's see. Rashida's asking, has anyone had any issues with? Yeah, so I've seen that issue before. Okay, so Rashida said, hey, has anyone had any issue with payout method not updating? My friend is trying to request his first payout under his business name. Keeps saying his first name does not match. His payout method is under his first name, last name, but I'll let him update. So I'd recommend putting in a support ticket for that, Rashida. I've heard of that issue before. It's a common issue. It's actually not something new. And it's a quick fix. I remember I saw that question come up a lot on the Discord before. And he fixed it right away. So just message, put in a support ticket. I know they just haven't changed it in their system to match. But yeah, it does happen with mainly with like business accounts. That's the time when it happens. All right, guys, so we got market opening up in about 30 seconds. CRX has a question about Replicano. How can I add up my other accounts as followers? You have to turn on Replicano. You probably want to look up a video on YouTube for that CRX because it's I mean it's pretty straightforward. You have to have it on the Replicano application. Market's gonna open right here, so if I have some free time later, I'll kind of discuss it with you, but it's kind of hard to show you when I can't show you my actual screen. Yeah, all right, so market is gonna open up in about 10 seconds. We got the upper level of liquidity right there getting hit. First target right here, price pushes up, is gonna be the sessions and liquidity above right here. I don't believe there's any news for today. There was news at 5:30, but that was about it. Yeah, that's about it. So we did have news over here at 5:30. So price is pushing up right here, guys. It's hitting the first target right there. So there we go, the first target. Technically, this could have been an entry here for a buy, but you know, today being Monday, I'm gonna be a little careful with my entries, of course. So there goes the first target right there getting hit. the sessions right here, which is the New York high and also the liquidity. I believe this might be the all-time high. Yeah, so that's the all-time high. It just got hit right now, guys. So new all-time high right there. Or let me check real quick. I think that is, where's the all-time high at, Nick? Because it looks like that's the all-time high. I don't know where you're getting the other number from. Let's see, daily time frame. I mean, it looks like price is at the all-time high right now. I don't see any higher price. Where's the 702 at, guys? You guys see it anywhere? Oh, it's on the September contracts. Gotcha. Well, it's fine. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're like right next to it, so it doesn't really make a big difference. I just don't see it on my charts over here the continuous contract. Yeah, I mean, it's not a big difference. It's off like maybe by less than 100 points. So we'll just keep that in mind if the all-time high is a little bit higher. I mean, it wouldn't matter because if prices at the all-time high doesn't make a difference, I'm still going to be looking for trades. But it's good to know that the all-time high is a little bit higher from where price is currently at right now. So, all right, thanks, Maria, for letting us know. It looks like she tried to take a trade and she's still unable to enter any trades right now. Oh, that's weird. So it looks like on my Ninja Trader, it looks like all my Apex accounts logged out and logged back in. I'm not sure if that's fixed the issue and they're now working, but and just a heads up, I just heard the little ding noise. All right, so we got price coming back down, retesting the pivots right here. If this swings back up green, this could technically be an entry, but price is right at the session, so I'm not really looking to take anything here specifically. Again, the next target price point, if price does push back up higher, is going to be the level right here, another retest of this area. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to clean up this liquidity down below as well, so that you guys already know it's been hit. I'll leave this one down here because it only tapped it, didn't really break right through it. And we'll kind of see where price goes from here. If price swings back up from this current price point, this could be a possible market flow entry back for a buy. So that's something to look out for if anybody is looking for an entry here. But at this very moment, okay, thanks. Kevin said that they put an announcement on the Apex Facebook page regarding the issue. Okay, so here's the update right here. So thank you for bearing us all weekend. A few minor things we're working on, but Apex Trader finds functional. There's been a reported issue with Tradeovate with regard to market data. We've determined that to flatten existing positions, halt trading at Tradeovate will resolve the issue. Okay, so this wasn't, so it looks like, yeah, thanks iPhone for sharing this with us. It's just Apex Tradeovate, or I don't know if it's just Apex Tradeovate, but it looks like there's something wrong with Tradeovate for today. It's not due to their maintenance, but there is issues with Tradeovate overall. So thanks iPhone for sharing that with us right there. All right, we'll just be waiting for this here to swing back up. Again, price is kind of in an area where it's a little tricky to enter some trades because we have price so close to the sessions up here. Again, if price swings back below, swings back up, this could be possible opportunities for a buy. First target price point here is going to be the sessions right there. I'm going to mark up opening price real quick, which is right next to it right here. Color that blue. Right, so there's no entry here right now specifically. Again, price is too close to the session, so I'm not really going to look to take any entries here. The only way I take an entry is if price swings down very sharply and then swings right back up. But, you know, at this very moment, there's just nothing here for us to take. So I'm going to sit tight right now, wait for price to kind of break out of this area. looks like price is currently, I'm going to take off this liquidity here. Price is currently ranging between the 600 mark right here and the 500 mark right here. So this is the current range between the 40,600 price point and the 40,500 price point. So about a 100 point range right here in between. We have the sessions in between right here, slightly above. We have the opening price right in between it. And then we have the earlier news price down here as well. So again, if you guys are looking for an entry here, you want to look for a sharp, okay, so we have a sharp drop right here. If this swings back up green, this could be a possible entry for a market flow. This has a lot of time in it, about 40 seconds. So this could be a possible entry for a buy here if anybody is looking to take this for a market flow entry. Damn, I try to enter it, it's too fast. It's okay, guys. It happened way too quickly right there. I tried to click buy and then my finger slipped and I didn't get it, but it's okay. So there goes the market flow entry right there. I was trying to get into it, but I clicked and it just didn't enter my trade. It's all good. All right. So Sam said nice test, made 120. Sam, so did you take that trade on Apex or do you take it on Top Step? Okay, Top Step. Good to know. Just good to know. So we're aware. Okay, so there's one market flow entry right there, guys. Unfortunately, I missed it. I mean, it's all good. Happens. It's just the market volatility right now is super quick. Yeah, Oscar said would have been nice if Trade of 8 was working. Yeah, no, I agree. Thanks, David. Okay, so David said that he's still getting the same order rejected message. Okay, so yeah, Trade of 8's still not working right now. Yeah, Trade of 8's not working for Apex right now, Cameron. So I'm just gonna be trading my personal accounts today. We'll see, there's another opportunity right here. So if this swings back down and comes back up, there could be a possible opportunity for another market flow entry. It's got 40 seconds left on it. It's kind of close to the sessions though, so it's a little tricky, but if you guys want to take this as a market flow entry, if this candle swings back up green, this could be a possible entry for market flow. All right.
Order filled.
So there's a market flow entry right here. Let's see where the TP's at. It's at 50.71. Down a little bit. Watching here as it pushes up. Full TP right there. Target filled. Got in and out really quick. Thank God I was like kind of waiting for this here. So there goes the first entry right there, guys. Hit my full TP. I missed the earlier entry here. I would have been up 1,000 for the day on my personal account, but I'm up like 405 right now. So it's all good. 2 for 2 for the day. Yeah, definitely CRX. Glad to see that. Unfortunately, the Apex accounts are not working, so I'm just trading on my personal account right now. There goes the second trade for the day. So 2 market flow entries. I missed the first one right here. This was the second one. Went straight to TP. There's a breakout V3 continuation running right here. Actually, an actual breakout V3 running right there right now. So there's a breakout V3 currently running. It's out the sessions though, so it's a little tricky where it's currently at if you guys want to be careful with that. But this is a breakout V3 setup. And guys, since majority of you guys are here so far, just another reminder for this week, I'm only trading until Wednesday. Thursday morning, I will be out of town. I'll be leaving for Cancun for my bachelor party, some of the guys here. So just a reminder, I'm not going to be here Thursday and Friday. So we'll be trading today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and then Thursday morning, I'm leaving at 4 a.m. So I'm not going to be able to get on this live with you guys. And then Friday, we're just not going to trade that day. So just a heads up and a reminder, guys, if you guys didn't hear that last week, I mentioned it last week, but I mentioned it toward the end of the session. So probably did not, I don't think everybody heard that. All right, so again, right here, guys, if price swings back up, this could be possible entry for another market flow entry. CRX admits you already. Yeah, no. I don't really like going on vacations very much because, of course, I like to trade, but yeah, this is necessary. So unfortunately, I won't be able to trade on Thursday and Friday, which I think is okay because I think there's heavy news on those days anyway, so it's not really a good day to trade. And then Friday's typically the day where you want to be very careful. So it's all good. Cameron said he's off for the day then. Yeah, so Cameron's done for the day because I guess he can't trade it on. Well, I mean, if you guys can't trade on anything other than Apex, I mean, you're kind of screwed at this point for today. Luckily for me, I have my personal account, so I can still trade on my personal. But yeah, it does suck that we're having these Tradeovate issues today. This is like the first of its kind. I've never had issues with Tradeovate like this before. Guys, there's another entry here for market flow. I didn't really follow it down here because I didn't think price was going to swing up like this, but there is a possible market flow entry right here that just came right back up. Price came down, bounced off the first pivot, and then shot right back up for possible market flow entry. It's right at opening price, so it's at a current red flag, so I personally wouldn't really mess with it. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mess with it because it's at a red flag. Of course, if you guys are not familiar with this, or majority of you guys should be, the red flags here are going to be the horizontal line. So basically the green line, purple line, red line, blue line, and pink line right here. Whenever it's a high impact news event like this right here, I would avoid it. Whenever it's opening price like this, I avoid any trades around that area. And then same with the green line right here, which is a session. So this is typically where manipulation happens. So I don't take any trades around these red flags here. Again, if price swings back up, the first target price point here is going to be the sessions. If price continues to come back down further, the first target price point right here is going to be this purple line, which is the sessions right here as well. So price is dropping right here. We have liquidity, we have a level, and we have the sessions right here. So if price does drop down further, the target price point is technically going to be around this middle area right here. First target is going to be the sessions. Next target is going to be the liquidity down here. So just a heads up, if you guys are looking for a sell here, for me personally, I would wait for the bias here to shift. The bias here hasn't fully shifted yet, so I personally wouldn't really be looking for sells here at the moment. This is because the trend here is still somewhat bullish. So for me personally, if I was to look for a trader on this specific area here, I would look for price to come back below this area and drop to the next session right here. So I would be looking for entries down here. But if you are looking to take something a little more risky for a quick shift in trend, the first target price point is going to be the sessions right here. And that's all up to preference, right? If you guys want to trade risky or if you guys want to trade conservatively, it's just really up to you. So it looks like the liquidity right here just got hit. Price has not reached the session yet. That's going to be the target price point, this purple line. It's almost there, but it's not there yet. So it's still got some ways to go if price continues to drop down lower, but that's going to be the target price point. Looks like it's about to get hit right now. Got really close. There we go. So the first target right there that I just mentioned got hit. So if you guys took the entry right here, full TP again, if you took the liquidity. So the first target right there was hit. The next target is going to be this next lower level of liquidity right here. I'm going to clean up this liquidity so that you guys can see things a little better. Again, if price swings, so this is what you want to look for now. You want a price to swing back up sharply and then come right back down because it's not done with its move yet. It's hit this session right here. This is an area of manipulation. So this is a perfect example of why you don't want to trade at these horizontal lines, right? The liquidity is fine, but you don't want to trade at like this dotted line right here. See this purple line? Price came down, bounced directly off my session. This is the Asia high. And you can see how price got manipulated right back up. It's the same with this green line right here, right? That's why my entry earlier was before price got to that point, because you can see how price pushed up, it hit the green line right here, and then it manipulated directly off. It came right back down. So you don't want to trade around these areas. My best advice to you guys here is really just avoid any of the horizontal lines that are colored. The black lines are okay because those are levels, those are price levels, but the green line, blue line, pink line, and purple line, also red line, which you can't see here right now on a specific chart. You can see the red line down here. Those are the lines that you want to, or the price levels that you want to avoid, because that's going to be an area of manipulation. You can trade within them, like price pushing to them, but you don't want to trade at them. So for example, I said price is going to touch this area here. This is going to be the first target price point. That's exactly where price went. Here goes another market flow entry. It did exactly what I just mentioned earlier, guys. I said, if you're looking for a sell here, look for price to push up and then come down sharply, which is exactly what happened here. Price pushed up, bounced off the pivot. It shot down right here. And then you can see it went straight through its TP and it's coming down to reach the second test of the target right here. Again, if price breaks past this purple line, the next target is going to be the liquidity down below here. So you just want to be careful with this here, guys, of course. The trend is shifting, so we are getting into a sell bias right now as price continues to drop further below and below. Now you can see the pivots here are starting to shift, so this is going to indicate that, okay, it's okay to start looking for some sells here. But again, you just want to be careful with the sessions down below here because price might get manipulated off that point. So you can see how price comes down right here. It might just bounce off, come right back up, just like it did right here. The market tends to repeat itself. So that's what you want to be careful for. And that's what you want to understand when you're looking for entries here. I forgot that I didn't take a screenshot of my profits yet. So let me go over here and I will take a screenshot of my profits and I will take the entry we took earlier was right here. It was at 638. I'm gonna move this away real quick. Here, I'm just gonna replay this so that I know where the entry was at. Okay, 638. So let me put this over here real quick. That was a market flow entry at 638, unfortunately. Only one entry today. Two entries would have been nice. I mean, it is some BS, just like CD said. It's some BS because those buys there would have made a pretty nice impact on all of my Apex accounts. As you guys know, I have about a handful of 300K accounts that are currently at 310,000. That would have been a nice profit right there for about, well over 1,000, but it is what it is. I mean, Mondays are my favorite days because we get to start off the week fresh, and unfortunately, not able to catch that momentum today. At least not on our Apex accounts. All right, guys, so price is pushing down, hit the second target right here for the sell. There we go, as price hits the next level of liquidity. If price continues to drop down lower from where it's currently at, let me make some adjustments here. Next target price point is going to be this lower level of session right here. This is going to be the London high, right? So the next target price point is down here if price continues to drop lower from where it's currently at. Jay said I had to get a take profit trader account just so he can trade. So it looks like a lot of you guys are kind of scrambling to get some accounts here to trade today. Some of you guys got onto Top Step, some of you guys got onto Take Profit Trader. Luckily for me, I have my personal account, so I don't really have to go and scramble around like that. But I feel you guys. I know it sucks. Especially with all the wins today, right? There was I think 3 or 4 wins that came up today, different strategies, 2 market flows, and a couple other entries. It's the torture, right? You guys have a good day. It's a good day today to trade, and then you're just not able to trade on Apex, which is unfortunate. I know it also falls under the day where the payout happens today, so it's another issue that today's the first day of payout. The payout window is from 15th to the 20th, guys. So hopefully everything's all resolved from now until then, so you guys can make that payout hopefully by the end of this week. So there's another market flow entry right here, but again, this entry is going to have to cut into the sessions right here, guys. So I'm not going to take it. Again, I said I'm going to avoid any entries that happen to have to touch any of these red flags. So any of these horizontal lines here that are colored purple, pink, blue, green. I don't want to mess with any trades around those areas because those areas are where price is likely to be manipulated. So again, right here, another full TP if anybody caught this market flow entry right here. And the market's good today. It's like all these market flow entries are just flowing. But unfortunately, doesn't seem like majority of us can take entries. because a lot of you guys here have pretty much put all your eggs in Apex. Sadie over here said he just made 900 on demo. Nice. Well, at least this will build your confidence for the week, right, Sadie? So like you're gonna feel confident for the rest of the week because you know you're killing it today. So you're like, okay, tomorrow when the accounts are hopefully working, you'll have your confidence ready to go. This is why I like Mondays. Mondays are my favorite days of the week because you get to build your confidence today. This is where you guys get to lock in your wins, and then for the rest of the week, you feel confident taking the rest of your trades. So. Yeah, Nick said he's been trailing the sell for fun on demo. If you guys see the flip in direction, you can do something like that. I mean, it's a strong way to trade. I mean, it's kind of crazy on Apex sometimes though, because you can't really hold on to stuff for that long, but it's good to play. It's good to play with, of course. Yeah, CJ said I was so excited about trading today with all-time high being so close. I knew it was going to be a great trading day, and apparently Apex knew it too. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, with that all-time high so close, you already know where price is likely to, there's going to be volatility because a lot of people are going to be in the market. So you can see a lot of the manipulation here happening. Of course, the majority of traders out there are going to be anticipating a bullish push. I was anticipating a bullish push too to reach the all-time high, but you can see how price is getting manipulated to the downside just for now. I think later today we're going to have a bull run. It's going to push up and it's probably going to hit the all-time high. But right now, I think market's kind of screwing with people. It's luring some sellers because the retail sentiment's so high. So if you look over here at retail sentiment, it shows that 76% of retail traders are currently selling right now. So a lot of people are chasing the sells. They think price is too high. And I think market's going to come around and just stop everybody out who's chasing those buys. That's just kind of what I see. Yeah, look at Nick's screen over here. How many trades you take, Nick, today? Like 100 trades? Look at Nick's screen. This thing's a mess. This is how mine looks like too sometimes, though. So Nick's down 37 points right now in profit. Nice. And he's still chasing that sell even further. Yeah, Nick's having a field day over here. Look at all the sells that he took. All right, so Nick just got stopped out in profit. Solid. If anybody has any updates with Apex, feel free to chime in. Much appreciated. But I don't think it's going to be fixed by today, guys. I think they're going to have to, obviously there's going to be an issue. I wish there was a better way for them to notify, the hell's going on. Because the Discord was like the main place to look. If there was ever any problems, the Discord would usually be the first place to look, but their Discord's obviously not up. All right, so we got price still coming down a little bit. The volatility here is starting to die down, which is expected. It's getting closer to 7 o'clock. As you guys know, 7 o'clock is typically where we stop taking our trades because the volatility starts to die down. But I mean, it was a nice run from 6:30 until now, right? A lot of entries here came up. Think about like 4 or 5 market flow entries came up today so far. So that's pretty solid. There's a possible market flow entry coming up right here. I mean, the volatility is starting to slow down a little bit. Gotcha. Okay, so Drew said, check the support update page and the FAQs for any changes. So there's a market flow entry coming right here, guys. This is kind of what I mentioned earlier. Looks like it's coming down to its TP. The volatility is a little low, so I didn't really look to take it, at least not right now. Looks like it's about to hit full TP right there. There you go, guys. Full TP for a market flow entry. I didn't take the entry, so it's not going to count, but I just wanted to show you guys there. That was what we were looking for. I mentioned price pushed up right here, so a market flow entry can come up. Came back down red right there, shot right through, and straight to TP with no drawdown. So if you guys caught that, nice work. I will look at the Apex website real quick, FAQs like Drew mentioned. Yeah, Sadie said, oh my gosh, Sean on fire. I know, right? This is the I mean, it sucks because we can't take these stupid trades. There is man, today the market's on fire today. What is it, like six or 7 trades right now? Drew said I'm hot, right? Right. Yeah, Sadie said you call it and it works out. Yeah, I know. It's unfortunate, man. I could have like I would have been up like super heavy today on my Apex accounts because that's like about 4 trades that we would have possibly taken on the Apex. So I would have made about yeah, like well over two, like well over the usual, because typically we'll take like 1 or 2 trades. I'll be in profit like maybe around 1,000. Today it'd probably be up like maybe 3,000 almost. Yeah, at least 2K for sure. Closer to like three, maybe even four, if I was increasing my contract size. Yeah, CJ said five. It would have been 5 back-to-back wins if like you didn't, if I counted the first one that I missed. Damn. Apex knew. They knew this was gonna happen. I mean, it's all good. It's all good. You can't feel like can't feel that FOMO. I know I'm feeling the FOMO, but I mean it's all good. Can't feel the FOMO because the good thing is that the entries are hitting. So that's the good thing. The good thing is that you guys are seeing here live that the entries are hitting. Typically, if Monday's really good like this and you see a lot of wins, that means the rest of the week's gonna be pretty solid. So Monday's a good indicator to like expect what's to happen for the rest of the week, right? I've mentioned this before in the past. If Monday's usually a really good day, like it's a smooth day and all the entries are hitting, for the rest of the week, it's probably gonna be a pretty smooth week as well. So hopefully by tomorrow, everything's fixed and we can be back up and running. But I mean, if not, I guess I just got to take trades on my personal account. And that's kind of what I got to work with. Okay, so Sam said, okay, my trade rate froze on top step on a trade. Okay, so it looks like it's a trade of 8 issue, guys. It looks like Sam over here has issues with top step as well. So maybe it is an apex. Maybe it's just the market today. Um, hopefully you got out, Sam, with some profit on that, or for your full TP at least. But I mean, it's not a good thing, but it is a good thing that we're kind of it looks like it's a widespread issue, like Nick mentioned. So Nick was right. It's not just Apex. So I guess maybe we can stop bashing Apex now. Um, yeah, it seems like a widespread issue. So I guess I'm not going to take any more trades for today because I'm on Ninja Trader, but Ninja Trader is they own Apex, they own Tradeovate. So I'm not sure if they're on the same servers. So I'll keep looking for entries here, but I think for my own accounts, I'm happy with my profit for the day. Locked in about 405. So here is the trade I took for the day. I only took one trade, this one, the buy, and I locked in 405 gross on my personal account. You guys can see all of my Apex accounts right here and all my other accounts. There's nothing across them because I wasn't able to take any trades today. So I just want to count for the day, 405, my personal right there. It was supposed to be closer to 500, or closer to like 700 actually, but because I entered that trade a little with some slippage, I had to pull out at about 10 points. So that's why profits here aren't necessarily full. So let's see, we got some team profits over here from Sam, I believe. Sam's Tradeovate right there. Or not Tradeovate, Top Step account. So Sam over here locked in 120 for the day. Nice work, Sam. If anybody has more profits to post up, feel free to send them in. But it's not looking like a lot of people are going to have much to post up today because of the Tradeovate issues. CJ said, where is Steven? I need a song to calm me down. You got to say it in the mirror, CJ. You got to go into a mirror and say his name 3 times, and he might just pop up behind you. Like what Nick said. Yeah, like Beetlejuice. Steven's here. I don't know where he's at though. I saw him come in. He came in late today, so I know you're here, Steven. But Steven is he's hiding right now. He's hiding somewhere. All right, guys. So there's no entries available right now. It's currently 7 o'clock, so this is typically where the volatility starts to die down. I'll keep looking for entries here, but again, there's not much here for us to look at or take at this very moment because of the sideways movement here. So you can see the volatility here has died down. Price is now starting to slow down and go sideways. This is normal. We're used to this. If you guys do want to take a market flow entry, I mean, this could technically still be a market flow entry. So if this does come back down, You guys can see how it's kind of shifted up a little bit. If this comes back down sharply and turns back green, or sorry, turns back red, this could be a market flow entry down to the sessions right here. But because of the I said not the Beetlejuice. But because the volatility is so low, I'm not really expecting price to come down here. But if you guys are looking for any sells here, the target price point is going to be the sessions down here. So just keep that in mind, guys. The target's still down here, but because the volatility is so low, and we've had this question come up quite a bit where people have been asking, how do we know when the volatility is low? Just by looking at the candles, right? So looking at these candles right here, you can see how these candles kind of pushed up and came down very sharply. And you can see how it kind of climbed down and it was just a smooth drop, right? Once price starts going sideways like this right here, this is how you know volatility is low because there's not very much direction. This right here has some volatility on the candle, but there's just not much direction here. Another thing you can do as well is you can measure the candles to see how far they're moving. So measuring this candle right here, this is actually a volatile candle, but the candle before it right here was very slow. It's moving about 10 points. Oh, there goes Steven. Someone must have said his name 3 times. Morning, Steven. Welcome to the live session for today. I'm not sure if you tried any trades on your account. Have you tried taking any trades today, Steven? TraderBait's not working, so if you're on TraderBait, you probably yeah, Steven said it's because Trump got shot. I know Steven has the insider info over there. So because Trump got shot over the weekend, TraderBait decided not to work. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Everything just had to come in line. No, I'm messing with you guys. It's not because of that. We're just messing with Steven. So if you guys are not familiar with Steven, we're just messing with Steven here. Steven's our insider. He knows everything that goes on with Russia, China, Trump, and anything around the world. So if you guys have any questions regarding world conflict, you could ask Steven. He knows the right people. All right, guys. So there's nothing going on here. You can see that volatility is still going sideways. There's not too much here. That's the same thing that I mentioned earlier. You want to wait for price to break out of this area. So now that we have this sideways movement right now, the thing that you guys want to look for is the chop, right? So price is currently ranging right now between, I don't want to mess this up. Let me just move this over a little bit. So looking at this right here, I'm trying to zoom in a little more. The current range right now is between the 500 mark and the 400 mark. So it kind of goes back and forth between, well, earlier it was up here between the 600 and the 500. Now it's between the 500 and the 400. So this is kind of where price is ranging between. It's not really the chop. I know I said chop earlier, but it's not the chop because there's not very much volatility here. If price was chopping up and down, then it would be considered in chopping right now, right? But it's not. Right now, price is just consolidating and ranging at the 450 mark. So the 450 mark right here, this is where price is consolidating, but the range is between the 500 and the 600 below. The target price point down here is still going to be the sessions if volatility does pick up. However, I do think price may correct back up towards the end of the session today. Or not the session today, but the entire live session in general. I think eventually price will correct back up and there will be a rally. Might not happen right now, might not happen in the next hour, but I think by 12 o'clock today, Pacific time, price will rally closer to the close of market today. But just not much going on here. Sadie said, come on, Steve, I know what you know what he does with gold. Yeah, Steven's our very old gold finger here, right? Have you traded gold in a while, Steven? I know you like to be sneaky and trade gold when nobody's watching. That was probably what you're doing before this. Gold's Steven likes to hide. He likes to be a little sneaky, trade gold, and then come back and be like, "Hey guys, I made $1,000 today trading gold." Let's check gold real quick. Oops, wrong asset. Sub GC. So gold's moving pretty smooth today. I mean, you guys could trade any future. Really, all the futures pretty much have volatility and move. Gold is moving pretty decent. There's a market flow entry, looks like right here that came up, price came down, bounced off it, shot right back up. So gold is actually moving pretty smooth today. Looking at NQ, I know some of you guys like to trade NQ. NQ is choppy as usual. So you guys can see now this is an example of the chop because there's volatility here, price going back and forth, but it's so choppy that it's hard to really, figure out where to get in. Price came down right here, but it hasn't really touched the pivots at all. So there's not really any market flow entries here for NASDAQ. And then going back to YM over here, YM again is still consolidating within this middle area. Yeah, Steven said buy the dips. There goes Steven right there in the picture. You just posted him up. Goldfinger. Classic. All right, so looking at this right now, there's just not really much going on. The volatility down here is pretty slow. Let's go down to ES real quick. ES typically mirrors YM. So ES is actually moving too. So, I mean, if you guys want to take, again, like I just went over 4 different assets, gold, ES, YM, and NQ. You can trade the same strategies on pretty much any asset, as long as there's volatility and there's direction. Right now, the direction for ES is currently bullish. So this is a good thing. You guys see how ES is bullish right here? This means that YM is probably going to follow. So see how this is here is climbing up? You could probably expect YM here to follow ES because they're mirroring assets. You can see right here, it's starting to follow now. You guys see how YM is starting to push up? We might get a bullish push right here. So if you guys ever want to have 2 assets side to side, I would typically look at YM and ES. Because once one of them starts to move in a direction, the other one typically follows because these mirror each other. So just keep in mind, don't mirror YM and NQ because those are different assets. Those are completely different. NQ is it's a tech index. So it's all like 100 tech stocks. For YM, it's the top 30 stocks, and ES is the top 500 stocks. So one of these usually leads. It's usually YM, but because YM is kind of dead down here, ES looks like it's probably the leader for today. So yeah, if you guys are ever curious, those are the 2 that you should correlate with each other, YM and ES. Also gold too. So gold kind of moves along with the top stocks. So that's another thing to correlate. But for the most part, YM and ES are they're very similar. ES is whatever a lot of people consider as YM's little brother, because the thing with YM is that it's the top 30 stocks. So with this here, it'll move faster, right? You'll see these bigger spikes. For ES, it's a lot smoother because it's 500 stocks. So like one stock can't just dump it or push it up. For YM here, you can have like 1 or 2 stocks have become very bullish and it'll start to climb very heavy. So yeah, it's just part of the fundamentals. That's just how those assets work for the most part. And you can see over here pretty much across the board, everything's bullish. So Dow's currently bullish, S&P is bullish, Nasdaq's bullish, Russell 2K is bullish, VIX is bullish. Market overall is bullish. We have some updated breaking news here. It says Trump classified documents case dismissed by judge over special counsel. All right, I mean, it's not really relevant to us, but breaking news from CNBC right there. Yeah, no problem, Sadie. A lot of people don't know that, but that's kind of how those 2 assets work. All right, so price is climbing back up right here. Again, if price pushes up higher, the first target price point is going to be opening price, this blue line over here, back to open, as you guys know. So it's funny that we started mentioning back to open. I talked to Rick the other day, back to open Rick. He's on that term. He used to always take those trades back to open. If you guys remember during COVID, he made a ton of profit doing it, but also lost a lot of profit. Back to open is a good concept, but you have to have some sort of bias when chasing. You can't just ride it back to open every single time because a lot of times it doesn't actually come back to open. It comes back close and then it comes right back down. For me personally, I do think price will come back to open today because like I said, we lined it up with ES and it looks like it is, Yeah, ES is still climbing. So if it continues to climb here, you can expect YM to possibly continue to climb too. Let's see, Jermaine said, okay, it's not just me. All my trades keep saying rejected. Yeah, trade of eight's down right now, Jermaine. So it's not just you. And it's not just Apex. So Sadie over here, or I forgot who, Sadie or Sam, one of the guys here, said that their trade froze on trade of eight while they were trading on Top Step. So it sounds like it's, yeah, Sam. Thanks, Sadie, for confirming that. So Sam was taking a trade on Top Step. He made some profit earlier, and then on his second trade or his third trade, he said that his Top Step froze. So it's a widespread issue with trade of eight right now. So we'll see. I know that I don't think it's just, I think it's just the broker servers because so I've used Top Step before. Top Step actually uses Rhythmic. So they use Rhythmic, but it is a TraderBait account. So maybe it is the same. Never mind, I got that screwed up. It's not a NinjaTrader issue. It's a TraderBait broker issue. So just a heads up, guys, if you guys are wondering. So if you have any type of TraderBait account, whether it be on any platform, you might want to be a little careful with your entries. I trade my personal account with NinjaTrader. NinjaTrader owns TraderBait, so I'm not sure if we're on the same server, but I made my profit for the day, so I'm kind of chilling for now. Again, if you guys are just joining the room, I just took one trade today, one official trade. There's my profits, made 400 on my personal, nothing else copied, so I'm just waiting for this right here. All right, so let's see. Gotcha. Okay, so Nick said, I just saw some people complaining about their personal accounts in the other chat rooms not working on NinjaTrader. Okay, well, good to know. Looks like I'm gonna turn off my, looks like I'm out, or you know how why did I close that window? I was thinking of I was thinking of the SpongeBob meme. Where they're like, all right, I'm out. I closed my chart window. I don't know how to reopen it now. Let me see. Okay, perfect. Or okay, I fixed it. I like and hate how NinjaTrader is so there's so many options here. So it's like if you mess it up, like you mess up your workspace, it's kind of hard to put it back together. Okay, we're good. Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna turn off my NinjaTrader. All right, let me turn off my laptop. So I'll make sure I don't do anything dumb today. I'm ready. I'm cool with my profits. It's too many issues. But I'll keep analyzing the chart. So right now the volatility is starting to kind of pick up a little bit. So we'll see over here real quick if there's anything else that we can take. Looks like price is not pushing up yet. So the target price point is still below. So like I mentioned earlier, guys, the target price point is still down here. So if price does push down lower, this is where price is likely to come down and touch the sessions right here. The volatility is kind of hit or miss though. So you can see how the volatility here is picking up for like one candle and then it starts to die down again. So you have a bunch of like small candles. You have one big candle, bunch of small candles, and then maybe another big candle. This is like pretty much what's been happening for the past couple of weeks. These are normal summer conditions. So just keep that in mind. This isn't weird for the market to be moving like this. Typically, the summer is a really slow market. And that's why my trading time is between 6:30 and 7 o'clock, because you can see between 6:30 and 7 right here, the volatility is pretty nice. You're able to catch some entries. And then when you get down over here, it starts to become really, really slow. So, I mean, it's all good. We just got to, we just got to work with what we got. So if you guys have any questions, if there's anything that you guys want me to cover, feel free to hop into the chat. There's not really too much for me to really analyze right now. I already closed out my Ninja Trader for the day, so I'm not taking any trades on my part. But if I do see any entries here, I will mark them up and I will identify them for you. So looking at this right now with current price, looks like price is now starting to climb back up higher. If this is the case and price climbs up higher, again, the target price point up here is still going to be opening price, which is this blue line right here. So if price does climb back higher from where it's currently at, it's likely to push up to this blue line right here, which is considered back to open. We don't have a shift in trend yet, so I'm not really looking to take any buys here. If you guys want to take some buys here, of course, you guys are more than welcome. This is also a levels entry. So you can see how price swung up right here, closed above the level right here, which is the 500 mark, came back and retested. So your entry would have happened right here and it would have been a full TP. So again, there's a lot of different entries here that are coming up, guys. There's levels entries, there's market flow entries, there's breakout V3 continuations, there's V1 variations. There's actually a V1 variation that came up down here, pushed up to full TP as well. There goes the levels entry, pushed right through. If this candle here closes green, this is going to be a breakout V3 continuation. Again, the target price point is likely to be up here. So depending on what entry and what strategy you guys are looking at, this could be possible opportunity for entry. If this closes as a red candle, this is going to be a V1 variation, and this might come back right down because V1 variation is a reversal pattern. And so this is going to be, this price action right here is pretty much going to make or break the direction of price. If this here closes green, I think price will push up to this blue line. If this candle here closes red, I think it's going to pull right back below because this is a V1 reversal pattern. So this is what I mean about tying in like everything I've taught you guys over the years and then putting it into basically like live analysis. So you basically have two analysis here. If it closes red, it's probably going to pull down. If it closes green, it's probably going to push up. It closed red right there. This is a reversal pattern. So we'll see here if it pulls back down. The problem with this here is that the volatility is so low that you don't really get a fast reaction. The reaction here is really slow, right? So at this point, I mean, this can easily just flip on you. Technically, it's a reversal pattern because there's no volatility. It's not likely to just spike down like it should. And you can see here it is coming back down because the reversal pattern is playing through. But again, this might just go sideways right here. And then once a couple candles have passed, this price action becomes irrelevant because at that point, price can really just move in whichever direction it wants to. Yeah, Sadie said summer shifted by a month. I can feel it in the UK. Yeah, same here. You know, the weird thing with the weather out here is that it's starting to get a little colder. Like it's like it doesn't even feel like summer anymore. Feels like it shifted, but it's also shorter. So it took a couple of months later to get warm, and then now it's not staying as warm as it was before. But I mean, who knows? It's global warming right there, right? Also affecting the markets. All right, so CRX had his question about the Replicano. So CRX had a question about Replicano. How can I add my other follower accounts? So first question is, what do you mean by that, CRX? So do your accounts show up on your Replicano? So if you open Replicano, I'm not sure if you've done that already, but if you open Replicano, it'll show on your basically on your Replicano all of your accounts. So if you see all the accounts there, that's going to be the first step. If you see all the accounts on your Replicano list, then there's going to be a bubble next to it. It's going to be gray. If it's gray, it means that your copiers are not turned on. If you want to add them and turn them on, then you have to turn them to green. So when you click on the bubble, it'll turn green. So first part is you see your accounts on the list. That's me number one. And I'll wait for your response, CRX, if you want to respond to that, and then we'll continue on further. And if you want to take a screenshot of your Replicano, you can do that as well. If you want to block out your account numbers, you can do that. And I can just pull it up and I can pretty much walk you through it. But I'm trying to figure out like if your accounts even show up on there. If they don't show up on there right now, then I can help you troubleshoot that too. Because the first step is to actually have the accounts on your Replicano. I'm not sure if you have them on there. And then the next step is how to turn them on. So I think it's better if you just screenshot your Replicano and then I can tell you exactly, like I can pretty much see exactly where the issue is. All right, guys, so price is dropping back down right now. There's still not much movement here. It's doing exactly what I mentioned. So earlier I said at this candle price action, right? I said if the candle turns green, it's going to push up to the blue. If this candle closes red, it's going to pull back down. This candle did close red. It's a V1 variation pattern. You can see there's a higher high right here, double body rejection, pending sell signal, and price pulled right back down. So this helps with understanding the direction of price, understanding reversals, understanding where price is likely to go from there. So what it looks like right here is that price is ranging between the 500 level and the 450 level, and it fakes out outside of it. So price came down below here, the 450, faked out right here, shot right back up. Then price pushed up right here above the 500 mark, faked out right there, and then came right back down. So a couple of things there. And you guys can see how everything kind of comes into full picture, right? So like, I teach you guys a lot of different strategies. A couple things to kind of focus on would be the V1 variation patterns, V1, V2, V3 variation patterns, because those are reversal patterns. That's what the price action right here showed. And then you can also focus on the breakout V3 continuation pattern, because that's going to show you a continuation in the direction. So those are the two things you can look for. Again, right here, there's another V1 variation pattern. So if this candle here closes green, this is another reversal pattern, and this could possibly be a correction back up if it closes green. But just keep that in mind. Same thing that happened right here is happening right here. Got to close green though. All right, so let's see. CRX said, yeah, my leader account is Rhythmic, but I don't see my trader bank account as copier. Let's see. Gotcha. Okay, so this is perfect. This is what I was looking for. So what you have to do is you have to go to your control panel where your accounts are at, and you have to make sure that it's on your account list. So I'm not sure if you understand what I'm saying, but here, let me see if I can find it over here, like a screenshot of it. Ninja Trader 8 control panel. List. I'll see if I can get a screenshot somewhere over here on the images. Okay, it's like under your workspaces. Okay, so here I'll just okay, perfect. So let me just copy this over here real quick. All right, so this is like what it would look like right here. CRX, you have to make sure that your accounts are like, if you click on accounts right here, your accounts are listed. If they're not listed right here, you have to go to your connections, click this button, and then you have to connect your TraderBait accounts. Because whatever accounts here that are listed on your control panel or workspace is what's going to show up in your list right here. So the reason why it doesn't show up in your list right here is because you don't have your other account. So just like, yeah, have everything logged on there. And once you have it on there, it'll show you, and then you can add them to toggle them on. So that's why I needed to ask you that first question, because that first question was going to basically tell you exactly whether you had them on the list or whether or not. And that's how you add them to there. Yeah, no problem, CRX. Glad I could help you with that. So again, if you guys have questions that you guys need help with, feel free to hop into the chat. This is like a good time to ask any question that you guys have regarding strategies, platforms, lot sizing, contract sizing, etc. Because the market is not doing anything right here, and we don't really have an opportunity to take entries on Apex anyways, since TraderBait is down. So just a heads up, price is now dropping down further, guys. The V1 variation here did not close. So you can see from the price action here, price is still climbing down further. So the reversal pattern did not happen. And now price is dropping down further. Target price point, again, if price drops down from where it's currently at, is going to be the sessions down here, the red line. So let's see, next question over here is from Sam. So Sam said, one question, Sean, I'm sure you've discussed it before. Passing a 50K is 3K. What is the best contract you would look at a 15-point RR? I'm looking at three contracts. Yes, so I think three contracts is what I'm using too, or what I was using when I was using it earlier. Let me see if I can do the math here again. So are you talking about on eval or when passed? Because those are kind of different. Let me see what the max loss is for the 50K. And I'll give you the breakdown. I mean, there's going to be, so on a 50K over here, it is 2,500. Thanks, CJ. Okay, so let's do this over here real quick. So if you have, and I'll do the math real quick over here. So 2,500 divided by 7. This is once you are in the PA phase. If you're still trying to pass the eval, I would just divide it by 5. The 2,500 divided by 5. Yeah, perfect. So it looks like the numbers there is perfect, because if you're doing 3 contracts, yeah, 4 is a little too high. So if you're doing 3 contracts and you're planning on taking 2 trades a day, then 3 contracts is fine. If you're doing just 1 trade a day, then you can do between 6 and 7 contracts. So yeah, basically, if you just want to split it up. So if you're taking 2 trades a day, like I typically do, then you would take half of this, which is 250. That'd be at 3 contracts, it'd be 225. And then if you want to, if you're just taking 1 trade a day, then you would just increase it to double, which would be 6 contracts. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So Sam said the max is 5 on Top Step. Yeah. So you're fine with 3. I think 3 is good. And then once you're PA'd or once you're funded with Top Step, of course, you can increase that. The way that I typically measure it is I allow myself to have 5 back-to-back losing days to blow my account for an eval phase, which it allows me to take 10 trades. So I literally have to lose 10 times back-to-back, which probably would never happen. I don't think it's ever happened before, especially not for these scalping strategies. Typically the win rate's pretty high. So I try to be very conservative. If you guys want to be a little less conservative, that's up to you. But for me personally, my main goal is not to blow any accounts. So with Apex, I don't really increase my contract size too much. Like on my 300K accounts, I'm only taking 7 contracts on my PA 300K accounts. So you can see over here. So let me just show you real quick. For the 300K account, I can lose 7,500. That's gonna be the max trailing drawdown, right? I divide that by 7. So every day, this is how much I'm willing to risk in total. That's in one day. So since I take 2 trades, so 1071 divided by 2, that's 535, right? I take 7 contracts times 5 times 15. So you can see right here, my risk. This is how you identify proper risk with your account size and your contract size. So with my 300K, I'm only risking 525 per trade, basically 1,000 per day. So in order for me to blow any of my 300K accounts, I have to lose 14 times, which is very, very unlikely, right? And that's kind of what my goal is. So if you guys look at my accounts over here, yeah, so looking at my accounts over here, you guys will see like these are like a 300K accounts. That's why they're a little bit higher. And then my personal accounts right here. Because for my personal account, you'll see that it kind of shifts. Like sometimes it'll be at 300. Today was at 400. And then on this day it was at 600. For my personal account, I consistently upgrade the contract size, because I don't, for that one, I could take more risk because it's my personal, but with Apex, what I typically do is I'm just going to, like my main goal is not to make a ton of money with Apex. My main goal with Apex is to just basically get payouts, and then I'm going to be funneling that money to my personal account. So my personal account right now, I'm starting it pretty small at like I think 10,000. I started at 5,000 actually. I started at 5,000. It's now 10,000 over the past month. So right here I'm making about 400. When I start to funnel more money into that account, the contract size is going to get higher on my personal account, and then from there I'll scale on there. I'm not really going to scale on Apex because it's not really possible, but I'm going to be scaling on my personal account. So that's just kind of how I plan on doing it because with Apex, I just see Apex and like any other funding company, it's just a vehicle. It's a vehicle to get money and make money. And then you should use your personal account as the account to scale because on that one, there's no restrictions. You don't really have to request payouts because it's your account, right? It's your money. So you don't have to worry about like, for example, you don't have to worry about Apex shutting down because you already have the money in your account. So you guys just want to keep that in mind. So I think everybody here should keep that in mind. These prop firms don't have them as like your end all be all, guys. For your prop firm, use prop firms as a vehicle to make money, just to generate revenue and cash for yourself, and then use that money to scale in other aspects. You know, whether it's investing in other business, investing in real estate, investing in yourself, investing in your own personal account, because your personal account is never going to go anywhere. If these funding companies shut down, you know, you're kind of screwed because how else are you going to make money? So just keep that in mind, guys. I mean, there's always going to be a new funding company, but you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket where you're like, okay, I'm going to be doing Apex for like the rest of my life. I don't think Apex is going to be here forever, to be honest. I think Apex will be here for like a good amount of time, but I don't know if they'll be here forever. Like, I don't know if like 40 years from now, Apex is still going to be around, right? And at that point, you're probably going to move on to bigger, better things anyways. I think at that point, you'll be so good at your trading and you'll be trading a personal account just like I am. Maybe even starting your own hedge fund like I am. And that's kind of why I'm taking my trading to the next level and the next step because I don't have, when I start my hedge fund, I don't have to worry about these prop firms because I'm basically going to be the prop firm at that point. Like I'm going to be the prop firm and I'm also going to be the trader. I'm just going to be using other people's capital and taking a percentage from their profits. Basically what I'm doing with Apex, but then from there I can scale their accounts and not be capped. Yeah, CRI said facts. Funded engineer just rug pulled. I knew they were going to rug pull from the beginning because they just seem sketchy. I know I had issues with them when I used funded engineer for a while back when I was trading with FTMO. They were cool in the beginning, but then once people started winning a lot with funded engineer, they started to be a little sketchy. Their platform was having issues, a lot of slippage, a lot of fees, and then yeah, I forgot what happened with my account. If you guys remember when I was trading funded engineer, I think what happened was the slippage was so bad that I kept coming out with like negative profit or barely any profit to the point the account ended up pretty much blowing. All right, guys, so there's not really much going on here, as you guys can see. You guys are not missing out on anything. I know we're going off topic and I'm answering some questions here from other people in the group, but the reason for that is because price is just consolidating and ranging between the 450 mark and at the 500 mark right here. So it's just going back and forth between this point right here. Anything outside of this area is basically a fake out. So you can see how price fakes out up here, price fakes out down here. These are not good areas to trade in. If you want to continue trading, I would wait for price to break out of this area and actually climb above opening price. And then vice versa for price to push down below here and break past the sessions down below. That's probably the key thing there to look at if you guys are looking to obviously keep trading. There's just not much here to work with or look at. All right, so let me scroll up real quick. CRX is asking for the 5K personal account, how many contracts is ideal? So when you're trading a small account, for me, um I'm risking about 10%. I know that the risk is pretty high, but if you're trading a small account, that's the only way to grow the account, right? You can't be risking like 1% on a small account. Like for example, right now, I'm still risking 10% on my 10K account on my personal. Once that account gets past 100K, then I'll probably lower the risk a little bit to maybe like 5%. But right now, from like 10 to 100, you have to increase the risk or else your account's just never going to grow. Um, but yeah, so if you're trading a $5,000 account, your risk could be 500 per trade or per day. So 10% per day is my max risk. So if you're doing a 5,000 account, of course, times 10, your risk for the day would be 500 divided by 2. If you take 2 trades, it'd be 250. Kind of similar to trading a 50K account. So that's how much you would pretty much make per trade. For me right now, I'm at like about 10, I'm at 11,000 actually now, but after today's win, it pushes me to 11,000. So I'm at 10,000 times 10, or yeah, times 0.10, 10%, which is going to be 1,000 per day, 500 per trade. That's typically around where I'd be. So you can see right here, my per trade is about 500. And you can see my profit over here reflects that, right? Like I said, I had to pull my TP a little closer because my entry wasn't good, but my profit should have been around 500. So that's how you scale. So say for example, I'm at 20,000 by the end of like next week, right? Say I'm at 20,000 divided by or times 10%. Then my daily risk will be 2,000, and per trade I'll be risking 1,000, right? So if that becomes the case, then I increase my contract size from 7 to, let's see, from 7 to like 12, I think, right? 13 or 14. So like right now I'm using smaller contract size, then I'm gonna double it up to like 14. And then that's how you scale your account. So every time I win, instead of making 500, now I'm making 1,000. And then from there, I just keep increasing. That's how you basically would scale your account up and how you would know to increase your contract size. And that's basically what I'm doing. I'm just slowly growing the account. I started at 5,000 last month, and then now it's at 10,000. And then hopefully by the end of this month, it'll probably be maybe closer to 20,000. And then from there, I just keep increasing and increasing and increasing. And that's how you scale your account up, your personal account. And then at some point I'll be like, say for example, my personal account is now at like 50,000, right? Now at this point, maybe I'll lower the risk a little bit, or maybe I'll just keep it at 10. Keep it at 10, that's 5,000 per trade or per day divided by 2, 2,500. And the thing with your personal account is that there's no cap on your contract size. So you could just keep increasing it up higher, right? So like now I'm able to risk 2,500, and now I'm trading at a 33 contract size. And it just keeps going up and up and up. There's no requirements here, and there's no criteria to like limit you from increasing your contract size. And that's basically how you scale your account up. Yeah, exactly. CRX said, yeah, copy. All payouts will go straight to building the capital. Yeah, exactly. That's what you should be doing. That's what I'm doing. I have a lot of money kind of just saved up from previous trading. Obviously, that money goes into other investments, goes into real estate, goes into all these other things that I'm doing and buying, going into my new cars, going to stuff like that. And then, of course, like a good chunk of that goes into my personal account. I don't put all of it, of course, but I do drop like maybe 10,000 a month in there, or maybe more. I mean, it just depends. Steven said, in just one trade, you can double your account with gold. You can also blow your account in less than one trade, Steven. You're very familiar with that too, right? And leverage is still like your thought process here, Steven. and I'm just like saying this because like because you're like the example of like of this happening, Stephen. Because I've seen you have like really good days and then you lose all your profit in one day because you keep trying to double up your account. So I mean, yeah, in hindsight, it sounds like a good idea, Stephen, but you've done this before and you've blown your account like a bunch of times. So you should understand that this isn't realistic. It's like very unrealistic for you to actually do this. Steven kind of posted a chart here. If you guys are not on the Zoom, Steven said you could flip 10,000 to 20,000 to 40,000 to 80,000. Yeah, but you're not going to have like a consistent back-to-back winning day where you keep doubling your account. You have one day and you just lose all your money. At that point, you're kind of just gambling, right? And that you're never going to find consistency that way. But I mean, if that's what you want to do, Steven, you want to have like, let's see, how many trades did you list? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11. Yeah, if you want to try it for 11 perfect trading days, I mean, you can do that. And maybe you can prove us all wrong, Steven. I actually want to see you do this. So let's see. Let's see if Steven can do this one day. Start with 10,000, flip it to 20, flip it to 40. He's just doubling up every single day. But realistically, if you're doing that, you have to risk your entire bankroll. So we'll see. We'll see, Steven. Steven will be the first ever. He'll be the soldier boy of trading over here. The first ever to double his account 11 times in 1 week. Yeah, they're gonna have to put you on the dollar bill, Steven, at that point. I'm just thinking of Steven on the dollar bill. I don't think you're on camera right now, Steven. I know the other day you were on camera, or like a while back you're on camera, and everyone's like, "Oh, so that's what Steven looks like." All right, guys. So if there's any other questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. It is 7:42 right now. Price has not done anything. So I mentioned earlier, this is where price is ranging between the 500 and the 450. Price is still between the 500 and the 450. There's nothing going on here. I mean, I pretty much called this out when price was way back here, right? So before 7 o'clock, I mentioned this is where price is going to be ranging from. And that's exactly where price is at. Technically, you can trade within the range, but for me personally, I don't like to trade within the range, especially when there's a red flag session in between here. We have the Asia high. So I'm not expecting much to happen here. If you guys want to trade, again, I recommend that you wait until price breaks above this area here. I do think price will be bullish. So it might not happen right now, but I think by the end of the day, price will push up and it'll break past these highs. So if you look at this 600 level right here, just keep that in mind. Keep this level in mind because this is where the actual target price point is. The first target's right here, opening price, of course. Once price reaches this point, the next target's going to be the 600 right here. So that's basically what and where you'll be expecting price to go. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of where I'm expecting price to go because I do think price will be bullish. The reason for that is because if you look over here at retail sentiment, there's so many retail traders on the sell side right now. So if you just use your common sense, obviously these people are going to get stopped out. So I'm expecting the market makers to basically screw all the sellers over. It might not happen right now, but eventually it's probably going to happen because if you measure price from here to up here, this is about a 100-point move. So yeah, I'm expecting price to move at least 100 points to the upside and basically stop out all of the other sellers. But yeah, guys, I think later on I'll put a scaling plan in the course so that you guys can see what I discussed right now. But that's kind of my scaling plan. Between 10,000 and 100,000, I'm going to be risking about like 10% per day. Because you'll see here that, if you do the math, like say you start at 10,000 and then you make 10,000 per day, that's like 1,000, right? So like say, for example, by the end of the week, you have like a flawless week, you'd be at like 15,000 and then from there you go again to another. So 1,500 times 5. And of course, you're not gonna have perfect days, but if you do the math there, you can see how the account scales up. It's not what Steven's talking about. Obviously, I'm not looking to double the account every single trade. I'm looking to slowly grow not slowly grow the account, but gradually grow the account 10%, at least per week. That's why I'm taking more risk on my accounts. Because if you just have at least one, so if you have one winning day or one net winning day per week, you'll be growing that account 10% per week. It's not ideal, but if you're with a small account, that's where you want to grow. And then once you get to like say 100,000, then you can lower your account, your risk size to like 0.5. Right now you're risking that. And then by every week, you want to make about 5%. And then when you get to like 1 million, then at that point you can risk even less. You can risk like 3%. You're still making like 30,000 per day if you have a good day. And then that's how you scale the account up higher and higher without blowing your account, because you're not going to blow your account if you're risking that much and you're at 1 million, right? You're 1 million risking 30,000. It's not going to make a big dent on your account, and you'll make it back the next day because we're trading 1-to-1 here anyways. So, all right, guys, I think this might be it for today. I don't really see anything else happening here. Again, like I said, the first target price point is going to be the opening price right here. If you guys have more questions, feel free to pop into the chat. My goal here is to help you guys out, but for the most part, there's just not much here to work with because for one, TradeOvate's not working. So a lot of you guys are having issues not being able to enter trades. And there's no reason to like just linger on the charts anyways, especially as we get closer and closer to 8 o'clock. Our cutoff time for trading is 8 o'clock. Our cutoff trading for early morning is 7. So the cutoff already actually happened over here at 7 o'clock for me. I took my trade earlier over here. We had about like 5 or 6 trades come up. They all hit. And then from here, price died out. This is why my cutoff is 7 o'clock, because you can see how price started to consolidate and range from here. So that's why I cut off around 7 o'clock, made my trades over here when the volatility was high. Then price died down here. And now it's going to start to pick up again a little bit as we get closer to 8 o'clock. So yeah, if there's any other questions, guys, feel free to hop into the chat now. Otherwise, we have about 13 minutes till 8, and there's not really much going on here. Again, if you guys want to look for some entries here, first target price point is going to be opening price here. For me personally, I wouldn't really enter right here because I think price is a bit overextended. I know it's not super far out, but I would consider this a little overextended for the type of volatility that we currently have right now. So what I would look for here personally, I do think price is going to push up to this point. But what I would look for here personally is for price to pull back a little bit, retrace, come back up, and then hit it. And then once it hits it right here, I'll be looking for the same pattern again right here to push up to the next target. But yeah, first target is going to be the blue line right here. The next half target is going to be this session right here. And the next target is going to be the level right here, the 600 mark. Whereas if price gets past the 600, I think it's going to aim for the new all-time high. It's probably not going to hit for today, but it's probably going to keep climbing up higher as we get closer to that point. Nick said, if you want to look for entries, don't, because you shouldn't want to look for entries right now. Shit market. Yeah, I agree 100%, Nick. Nick just hit the nail on the head with that. Like, you guys shouldn't be looking for entries. You should be waiting for the entries to show up. If the entries show up, then great, enter your trade. But you shouldn't be looking and forcing an entry, because at that point, it's you're just entering based off FOMO, and you'll be trading off emotion, right? That's basically tilt. If you trade off emotion, that you're trading off tilt, and you shouldn't be trading off tilt, because that's where you make your worst decisions and your worst entries. So yeah, CJ said, I'm going to take myself to a really nice lunch and maybe a movie and regroup for tomorrow. Yeah, no, that sounds great, CJ. Come back fresh, have yourself basically an extended weekend at this point, because hopefully tomorrow TradeOvate will be working and we can take our trades as usual. So let me check the calendar for tomorrow. I think there is some news for tomorrow. So we have retail sales pre-market. And that's pretty much it. We have retail sales over here pre-market, which is high impact. We have NAHB housing market index at 7 o'clock. And that's pretty much it. There's not really too much going on tomorrow. We'll probably have some volatility pre-market. Market will hopefully move smooth up until 7. We'll take our entries, and then the medium impact news comes up at 7. We'll probably just sit back and watch how the market reacts to that and go from there. Wednesday, there's not really much news here either. There's building permits. It's not really a high impact news event. It's high impact, but it doesn't really push price like other news events. Then we have a couple other news events over here. We have gas stock change, which happens every Wednesday, and we have Fed Waller speaking at 6:35. So again, same thing. I'm looking for the same plan on Tuesday. Enter my trades between 6:30 and 7, be done. Wednesday, same thing. Enter my trades between 6:30 and 7, be done. Wait for the gas stock change here to affect the market. And then just a reminder, guys, Thursday, Friday, I won't be trading. But Thursday, we have some initial jobless claims. This tends to have an effect on the market. It doesn't always have a big impact, but sometimes it does. It happens about 3 times a month. So that's why it's not really, you can't really pinpoint exactly when it's going to have a big effect. But I think the Thursday one's not going to be huge. And then Friday, of course, no news here. So it's going to be a little flat. So, all right, guys, I think that's about it. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to reach out. You guys can message me on Discord. Also, if you guys have profits to post up, feel free to send them in. I'm not expecting you guys to have much profit today because people's Apex accounts weren't working. But yeah, for today, we just have Sam made 120 on Top Step. And then we have my personal account over here. I locked in 405. And that's about it. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, reach out. Otherwise, I will see